Alright guys, we're back. So, I just wanted to start off by saying thank you so much again for the support on the channel. It's been a blast making these videos. And it's just, again, just something chill that I can talk to you guys about. So if you saw the video a few days ago, I talked about quit my 9 to 5 to go into sales and then eventually start my own business. And I learned a lot doing that. And so this past weekend I, got a few good checks. And it's always nice to just essentially put in the work and reassure yourself that you're really working hard. And it does pay off. So there's been a lot of things that's happened that's really just essentially inspired me to do this. So I love the job I'm at. It's perfectly fine. It works, and it's solid. It does everything I need it to do. Pays the bills. But that's just it, right? It's just a simple job. It's another job. And there's nothing wrong with having jobs. They're very important, and I think we need plenty of people to do different jobs and roles in life, to function as a society. But there's a ton of people out there that are entrepreneurs or want to be entrepreneurs, right? Where they want to get something going and they essentially want to make a name for themselves. It's pretty cool to those islands. But, it keeps coming back to me, and I'm a big firm believer, again, no matter what you believe in, right? Like religious or not, whatever you believe in, it doesn't matter. I believe that we're all put on here for some kind of reason. We just don't know exactly what that is yet. And, there's a reason this idea kept coming back to me in my head. I just couldn't put my finger on it. And I think that when stuff like that keeps occurring constantly, where you just don't feel like you are meant to just stay in that one place forever, you keep getting these visions, if you will, of just changing your life for the better. And there's nothing again wrong with working a job, but I cannot continue to work for someone for the rest of my life till I die, right? Because it just doesn't suit me. And I think that the world's going into like a mass reset right now, where there's a lot of people that have a lot of skills and abilities to do things and create things. Like, we're in a creator society, really, because if you think about it, a long time ago, back before everybody had a 9 to 5 job, and it was typically a one income household, and you usually had one of the two spouses taking care of the family and the other would go out and work, and typically it was the guy. But I believe that functioned so substantially better than what we have now, where families are kind of split up and torn apart, where they have to both work and provide for the family. And I just don't believe that it should have to be like that. And I think that we're going back in time, essentially, where you got someone that has a specific skill or something that's very of use and value, and you can make substantial money off of that. I believe firmly that there's not many jobs out there anymore that pay you close to what you're worth. I don't expect to be paid what I'm worth when I'm working for someone. However, I expect decent compensation for my skill. And I think you all can agree that that seems more than fair. However, that's not been the case, unfortunately. But it's just something that I've paid a lot of attention to. I've been at this job that I'm at for about a year and some change. They were talking about raises coming up, and they postponed it months and months and months. So then we finally got a raise, and guess what mine was? It was 23 cents. Now, I was expecting at least like a quarter raise, which, again, that sounds kind of crazy to be like, man, I hope I get a quarter. So 1/4 of a dollar. Now, I'm not complaining. I'll take any extra money I can get. Yeah, I did the math, and in a month, that's less than $80. You might get lucky if that's a phone bill. And it put things into perspective that now I can't work for someone for the rest of my life, because I'm going to put in the work to actually earn myself extra money for my family to provide us a nice future. While there's still a little bit of sun, I'm going to actually go back to see if I can find that coal that we saw earlier. And then I'm going to go probably cook some pork chops and gonna go mining, ladies and gentlemen. But no, I mean, and it's not a negative thing, right? Like, it's just something I've come to accept, that it's just not for me. And that's okay. That's kind of the beauty of life too, man, is that you got to explore and see all the possibilities there really is out there, because there's a lot out there for us, and we've just got to taste test and find out what works for us. And I truly believe that, again, every person, each one of us has some kind of skill that is of importance and has some good value that you can bring to the world and monetize it. Whether it's your hobby or something that you just have a good skill in. Oh, there is some cold soup right there. Awesome. So this isn't even the one I was talking about earlier, I don't believe. But I will take the extra cool. But we all do offer something great, right? So feel free to share down in the comment section below some of the skills that you have that you think you could, make some money off of. I mean, it's always cool to just kind of hear everybody's skills and hobbies and stuff that they're interested in. Oh, there's some surface iron. That's pretty cool. But seriously, I mean, if you ever question, your abilities as a person, don't. Just really explore your, all your skills and stuff that you really like doing. Because if you are very passionate about something, you will definitely make it a priority to get very good at it, and then it will become a value. And I think that too many of us are so hard on ourselves and question all of our abilities that we don't ever truly get to reach our full potential. And that's unfortunate, because I think that, again, everybody has the ability to do something really great and make a good living off of it and have a really good, simple life, even if it's just, a basic, normal life. I think where people go wrong, though, is they try to keep up with the Joneses, and then they have to have a good 9-to-5 job. A good paying, air quotes, right? I'm saying good paying very vaguely, but that's just the thing, right? I call it the golden handcuffs, because you buy these things with your job that you don't probably really like that well, in hopes that you can continue to upgrade your life. And then you have the golden handcuffs, because then you have to continue to do this thing that you don't really like doing, just to keep essentially maintaining your lifestyle. And that does not interest me whatsoever. I'm actually going to block a little bit of this off, just that way the skeletons can't just shoot me in here. Even make like a little half wall here in case I need to duck and hide. Okay, we are back. So I was just taking care of the wife. She needed some Tylenol. But no, for real. And since I've explored my job as far as running my own business, yes, it's probably one of the hardest things I've done. It's harder work, detailing cars. It doesn't sound like it's that hard. It's not necessarily that it's hard, but just your time management, right? So I'm still learning how to get a good routine going, to where I'm still efficient and basically min-maxing your quality, but also getting the quantity out there too, to make sure that you're putting up good work. And I think that truthfully, that's the thing, right? Is that I think a lot of people just don't ever explore their future. They don't ever explore their potential options, and I think that's unfortunate, because I was also one of those people. So it's very reminiscent of that. And I think that that's unfortunate, because we all have something great to offer, and we all have a bunch of skills that can definitely be utilized in the future. And I do believe that we're just not exploring them enough, at least. So who knows? It's just something to, again, worth looking into. But I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about stuff related to life, because I feel like based off the last video that cracked over, I think now it's at like 2,200 views or something like that. I mean, you guys really do like the financial videos. It's not even financial advice. I'm not an accountant by any means, but just talking about stuff that's relatable with jobs and the economy and stuff like that. A lot of you seem to kind of like those videos because it's very relatable, I feel like, and a lot of you've been pretty vocal in the comments. In that last video, did really good about the I quit my 9-to-5 job. So I think a lot of you seem to really enjoy that type of content. So again, let me know down in the comment section down below other stuff that you want to see and I can talk about. I'm always open to suggestions, because I want to just keep you guys entertained, and I'm always open to talking about dang near anything. So it's been fun. It's been fun to also go back to the older versions of Minecraft again, because it's very simple and a little archaic in a way, but there's just something charming about beta 1.7 especially. It's just the golden age of Minecraft, if you will, or at least a lot of people like to refer it to as. What is going on here? We got some iron, let's go. Go ahead and block this off a little bit. Oh, didn't mean to do that. It's fine. It is all fine. It's like a little mini cave. Oh, okay. It's not much going on here. I'm gonna block this water source off. Though we can still get it later if we need to. Oh, that's not a mini cave though. Oh, it kind of is. Well, what do you know? We didn't need more coal. Definitely like the coal here. Especially in beta, there wasn't big coal veins like there is in modern Minecraft, so this is actually a pretty insane coal vein. It's like a 12 block coal vein. That's crazy. Okay, cool. Not much. Make sure I didn't miss any coal. Good. The caves were so dark then too, so it really felt like you were alone. Pretty eerie feeling, if you will. The strip mining continues. Sort of. We have reached Y11. Now we start and get our diamonds. Buddy is speed running already. What did I tell you? He's already sold out. It's already sold out. But I wanted to just bring this up because I feel like it's just something that we all can relate to, right? Where a lot of people are feeling job burnout. It's pretty real, right? Job fatigue, burnout, all that good stuff. Or not so good stuff, rather. Again, I like my job. And I still have given it a lot of thought about why I'm doing this with the business and, you know, honestly reaching for other potential opportunities. I like the people there. They're awesome and they're easy to get along with. It's not your typical office job. However, it's not one of those things I can see myself doing past the next 10 years. You know, it may be somewhere to just kind of get me to point A to point B. It's my primary source of income still, including the business. However, it's just something, it's just another job. You know what I mean? So it works. And I'm very grateful that I still have a job. I think a lot of people, this is something that people do get bent out of shape about. They get mad at their job and they're always complaining. And that's not the way to go about it either. It's just trying to find that balance. And I think that that's where a lot of people kind of mess up, right? Is that they're quick to complain about their current situation. You do get to go to work. That's a privilege, right? You know, I'm grateful I still have a job. But I'm still always open to other opportunities in the future. And that's kind of where people do get kind of bent out of shape and they, you know, just get kind of messed up about stuff. I promise you it's not the way you want to go about life either. You definitely want to be grateful and have gratitude. But I think that a lot of people are so quick to just not be happy in their current situation, right? And I understand that there's always situations that could be better, but it could definitely be a lot worse. So kind of to, you know, conclude, I think that truthfully it's great to have a job, but it's not your final destination, especially if it's something where you're not. So some people are fine with a job, and if you are, that's a blessing because you already basically are set. You kind of can just, if you need to hop from job to job, you're good to go. But there are a lot of people, and myself included, that are starting to kind of realize that it's not for them. It's just another thing to get you income. But with all these prices increasing on stuff, it's got people considering other options because unless you're at a really good paying job, you're probably very limited to your options, unfortunately. That's just kind of the reality that we're in. And that's okay to an extent. But again, I can't do it forever. And I think a lot of people are in my same boat. So if you're in the same boat, let me know down in the comment section below. But you guys, of course, have an awesome day. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.